Hi, I'm Dick.
And I'm Eric, and we're the Annuity guys.
Eric, a lot of people today don't have pensions, and a lot of folks think, well, I don't have a pension. I wonder if I need an annuity.
Right, and this kind of stems back from an article, almost like an article, letter to the editor, where a couple wrote in and said, hey,
yes,
we've got about $1.5 million in savings.
But we don't have a pension.
Well, we don't have a pension, and we're wanting some guaranteed income.
Right.
And so they went down and talked to their advisor, and he said, oh,
you don't need an annuity.
You're fine.
You got plenty of money.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And to be honest,
yes,
their advisor might be right.
It's possible.
They might not need an annuity.
Right.
So, but the thing is, did he do the work? Did he show them the production? Did he go through the pieces? Did he look at, hey, here's what you have in Social Security. Here's your Social Security benefit.
Right.
Here's what we're going to take from a safe withdrawal methodology.
Right.
And show them the numbers.
Exactly. Because what folks need to look at is how these numbers do factor out if, say, Social Security cuts back.
So they lose a spouse, unfortunately.
They lose a spouse, exactly. You've got to have your plan A, your plan B, and what if the market takes a big tumble? What's the mix?
Right, so there's a Monte Carlo simulation.
Yeah.
How is he presenting the information to you? And for folks that are concerned about income, that's where annuities do have a play a lot of times, because they're concerned about having some sort of guarantee.
Right. Well, in this article, which we'll put on our blog, they talk about they just wanting security. They want to be able to sleep well at night.
Right. Yeah, they're concerned.
Exactly.
In this case, there's some health issues.
Yes.
So it always brings into the additional question: is one spouse the one that manages the dollars and is concerned if they're not there to manage?
Right.
Who's going to take care of their spouse?
Yes.
As far as the guaranteed side, it taking care of. It's always a lot easier when you're just getting a paycheck every month.
Right.
And sometimes that's a peace of mind and a comfort that is not necessarily conveyed through just having the conversation of saying, I'm concerned, and the answer is, you're fine.
You know what I'm smelling here, Eric? I'm smelling advisor bias.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, folks really have to be aware of advisors that are very biased either for or against annuities. It's somewhere in that middle of the road where you use the annuity properly as a tool that it can make good sense, or you use it, when you study it, it may not make good sense.
Right. And some people would say, well, look at you. You're the annuity guy. So there's an advisor bias here. And we would say, one of the thing is, we're open to considering annuities as part of retirement income.
But only in a balanced way. And one of the things that we talk about a lot is outcome-based planning, where you look at multiple outcomes so that they're all successful and let people choose what they like.
You're going to let the people choose? Hey, now come on.
I think it's a novel idea. The client gets to choose.
Isn't it our job?
No, this is the best way.
This is the only way. Here is the one solution.
Well, and the basis we start with is what is the least amount of money that you really need in an annuity? Because you might want to put more in, but let's start there. Let's start where...
Well, because there's limitations. You have fees on annuities sometimes. You have, liquidity issues potentially. So it's putting them all together and constructing a plan and laying out the pieces so that what income is turning on, what pieces are there, is there a Social Security there, adding all those pieces together so that someone can be confident that they're not going to run out of money, or it solves whatever their issue is.
And Eric, then we get down to what types of annuities, because it isn't just an annuity or annuities. It's how do you blend these annuities into your plan so that it all integrates, it all fits together, it all makes sense. It's what we would call a very balanced plan.
Yeah, and sometimes we scare people because we say there's not necessarily just one right answer. Well, there's not always just one right annuity, and sometimes it's a combination of even different annuities to accomplish the goal. And
let's just talk about a few of them real quick. Most popular one that we run into, well, two really, the immediate annuity, which pays very low commissions, and a lot of advisors don't really want to.
Don't go there.
They don't want to recommend the immediate annuity. The other one that has become one of the most popular, fastest growing annuities in terms of retirement and baby boomers has been the fixed indexed annuity, and that just simply gives people more options and potentially higher interest crediting.
Right.
So, it has to be considered.
Right. It's majority control, as we like to say.
Yes.
With the fixed index side, or the kind of the ability to maintain the control of the asset, people like that idea. They don't like sometimes on the immediate annuity side when they're annuitizing a contract that they're giving up the lump sum in exchange for this income stream.
Right.
Well, what happens if I pass too early? Well, is it a lose scenario? And that's why the fixed indexed annuity has really become more of a staple for a lot of these plans.
Exactly.
But it's not always the right answer. Sometimes you need a larger income. Sometimes there's other reasons why you should look at some of these other annuities or other options.
So the immediate annuity obviously gives guaranteed income for the rest of your life in the simplest terms. And the fixed indexed annuity gives you guaranteed income for the rest of your life, but still gives you access to your account value, and that's what you're calling cake and eat it too.
Well, that's what a lot of advisors like to make it sound that way. But let's be honest. Depending on what you're pulling out and how long you live, there's a chance that you're going to deplete that balance as well.
Right.
So
right.
It's a balancing option here. It's looking at the investment options. It's looking at the other solutions. Do bonds accomplish what we need to, or and is it Monte Carlo simulations? Is it looking at the income guarantees and offsetting longevity? Looking at all those different pieces, taking them into the equation, and then building multiple scenarios for success for somebody.
So Eric, if folks go to their advisor and they just get a pat answer, and that advisor isn't going to do the work, what do you say?
Well, I think it's probably time to find a new advisor.
I agree.